There's days where you feel like you don't want to do anything. And you just get tired of figuring things out. And you're tired of failing. You keep trying, but you keep failing. And you start to lose confidence. And sometimes you just don't know what to do. And you don't know where to go. And you just feel lost. And you just tell yourself, I just want some luck. You're just tired of things going wrong in your life. And then you look at all the successful people in the world and think, how lucky are they? They're so lucky because all you see is the results. All you see is the mansion, the supercars, the Lamborghini, the Ferrari. But what you don't see is all the pain, the crying, the frustration, the stress, the suffering, all the headache they had to go through, the times where they felt lost and they weren't sure if they could continue. But you don't see the tears behind the scenes. It wasn't easy to get to where they're at. Success is not easy. You might look at someone that got a good paying job because they had a connection and think it's not about experience. It's not about what you know. It's about who you know. And a part of that is true. But what you don't see is the hard work that they put in. It's not easy to make connections with people. It's not easy to go out and talk to people and network while you're in college. It's not easy to build connections. It takes courage to put yourself out there and get to know people and make friends. It takes courage to choose a low-paying internship job over a slightly higher-paying job because that internship is going to get you to where you want to be. But the job that pays slightly higher may not be the path you want to take. It's not easy to make sacrifices and to think long-term. It's so easy to think short-term, to think about the now and not plan for the future. It takes intelligence, awareness, and critical thinking to think long term, to think about what's the best for you, to think about what's the best move and not just what sounds good at the present moment. It was luck that they got a good paying job or a great internship for them to be successful, but they put themselves in a position to be lucky. They understood having connections would make their life easier, so they networked and made connections. There's average guys with beautiful women and you might think they got lucky, but what you don't see is they had the courage to talk to beautiful women, to put themselves out there, to be in the position of getting lucky. They put themselves in front of that luck. Life's all about increasing your chances of success. The person who has the courage to talk to beautiful women will always stand more chance than the guy who just stays inside all day and doesn't talk to any women. As long as you're willing to try, it's possible. You don't know until you try. And a lot of times when we don't succeed in something, you just have to figure out the right way of doing it. There's always a right way of doing something, the right technique, the right strategy, the right plan. And sometimes you just gotta take a step back and think about how you can improve going forward. And think about why something's not working and how you can make it work. You might look at someone that started a company and it got bought out for $1 billion. And then a couple years later, the company goes out of business. You might think, oh, they were so lucky to be able to sell that company before it went out of business. They just got lucky. A part of it was luck, but they still made the intelligent decision to sell their business. Not everybody will make that decision. Some people would not want to sell their business and they rather grow it. So not everyone in that position would have made the right choice. Not everyone in that position would have gotten that luck because they might have chose to keep the business. And they had the courage to start their own business or company. They put themselves in the position to be lucky. You might have had an idea that could have became successful, but you still need to have the courage and to take action to make your idea into reality. Life is all about increasing your chances of success, and you can increase your chances of being lucky by taking action. A lot of us procrastinate. We go into research mode and procrastinate there. We stay stuck in research mode rather than taking action. We just want to keep on doing more research and more research rather than pursuing what we want to do in life. But the best way to learn, the best way to do research is through experience. You learn more through experience. Why do you think jobs want to hire people with experience? Because if you just graduated from college, all you did was research, but you don't have any real world experience. You don't really know anything. You know certain concepts, you're book smart, but you don't have that experience. You're not going to know what to do in certain situations on the job. You're not going to be as efficient because a lot of times the things you learn in college, you don't actually apply at a job. Most jobs and most careers, you learn 99% on the job. You become good at what you do through on-the-job training. You learn more during on-the-job training and actually doing the job than your entire 4 years of going to college. There's people that don't do as well in college, but they're very successful at their job because it's more straightforward and hands-on training. You learn on the job. You don't learn that much in school. You don't really have any real-world knowledge. And a lot of times those knowledge is outdated. The curriculum might be 20 years old and they haven't updated it. What you learn is outdated. And a lot of people that I talk to, they always tell me, I learned most of the things during on-the-job training. I only use 1% of what I learned in school. And that made me realize that's why employers don't want to hire people that just graduate and they want to hire people with experience. Because to do the job well requires experience. Knowing exactly how to do that job because you've already done it before. Rather than hiring someone that just knows certain concepts. That's why it's important to take action and learn through experience because you'll learn a lot more than just reading books or taking in advice. Someone can tell you how to drive a car, but you'll never know how to drive a car until you physically drive the car. You learn how to drive a car by driving the car, not by just listening and never taking action. And in life, you should never be mean to anyone because life's like a wheel. One day you're on top and the next day you're on the bottom. And you never know the person that you're being mean to. It might flip and he could be your boss. If you're nice to everyone, perhaps you can build great connections and they could recommend you to a good paying job. Life is all about balance. Too much of anything good is bad. For example, some people will push you to work hard and that's all they tell you to do. Just keep working, just keep working. And it's like, when do you ever get to sleep? Sometimes you need to take some time off, rest up, clear your mind, do something else, have fun, and come back with a fresh mind so you can be more efficient. You're much more efficient when you're well rested. It's all about balance. You have to work hard, but you also have to take care of yourself and reward yourself for all your hard work. So it gives you the drive to keep moving forward. Sometimes you can't keep working on the problem because sometimes you just hit a wall. You just don't know at the time that you need to come back to it. But every situation is different. So you have to think, what's the best thing to do? People will tell you, if you want to do good in school, make sure you study. Spend a lot of time studying. But perhaps you learn the most and you make the most out of your studying when you study for 3 hours. But if you try to study for 6 hours that day, you don't learn as much and you don't retain as much information after the first 3 hours. So it may be best to just study 3 hours a day rather than 6. So life's all about balance. Too much of anything good is bad. It's all about having the right amount of everything. Because just like studying, there's a right amount of studying. In relationships, if you surprise your girl with flowers once in a while, she'll appreciate it a lot. She'll think about you. But if you do it every day, it's not a surprise anymore. She just expects it. It feels normal. And that's the reason why nice guys finish last. Because you already know what a nice guy will do before he even does it. You expect them to always say yes. There's no element of surprise. That's why you have to have a balance. And the best way is to be a gentleman and also having boundaries. Knowing when to say yes and when to say no. A relationship is most healthy when there's balance. And when you're trying to get in shape, it's not all about hitting the gym. It's also about having a good meal plan, having rest days. You have to work out hard to break the muscle down, but you also gotta let it heal so it can grow stronger. And in life, you'll go through hardships, you'll go through difficulties, and it'll break you down, but you'll come back stronger. Like if all you do is save your money and never do anything, then what's the point of working hard? You work hard so you can reward yourself, so you can be happy, so you can do the things you want to do, the things that make you happy. But you also don't want to just spend all your money, because you should have some money saved up for a rainy day, because you never know. What if your car breaks down? You gotta have some money saved up to fix it. So it's all about balance. You should save and you should have fun. You should work hard, but you should also give yourself some time to rest. But you have to plan these things out and think about, is what you're doing giving you the results that you want in life. Just think about what you do on a daily basis. Is what you're doing on a daily basis going to get you to where you want to be in life? If it is, keep doing what you're doing. You're going down the right path. If not, it's time to make some adjustments to put you on the right path, to get to where you want to be in life.